What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review the debut album by American rock band The Cab. Based on this particular project is called Whisper War, and it came out in the spring of 2008. Now, within Fair's About It Here is Frosty's pitching album. This is an album that's brought to you by Decadence Records. Frosty's pitching album, excellent type pitches, also by Fueled by Ramen within these aspects as well, which is another, I think, within the aspects kind of an alternative rock type label pitch like that. But definitely Decadence Records label, Patrick Stump pitches like that. It's had some hit folks on there like Gym Class Heroes. Tygo was on there for a little bit, particularly like Panic at the Disco, obviously pitched like that. And I think there was another, the Academy is, who I haven't quite got to as of this exact moment, but they're on the way soon within these pitches within the hit type variety. Definitely some of those hit type appeals. So definitely like a rock type staple of definitely when you think of like a vanity label in terms of like rock music pitch like that, it's a pretty notable type one within these type pitches, kind of similar like when you think of Strange Music by Tech Nine, in particular like Maybach Music Group by Rick Ross, and stuff. There's good pitch like that. But hit type appeal as far as these aspects can have banging typeness. The product of this album here within pitches, this has very similar type fashions to like Panic at the Disco within those type flares. Definitely within pitch, this is very lambent type album within pitch like that. It has kind of some foot taps on here within the pitch as far as some of these type varieties. It's kind of the pitch of being kind of silked within the style of like aspects between tunes, probably past like 2:30 p.m. just getting towards like the initial type prime time type hours within like the pitch, like some cresting within the product, or just like Pink Skies kind of dinner hours and pitch like that. Some of the prices, the pitch as far as saying paying attention towards it within like the aspect as far as like the particular variety. A nice rush hour type album pitch like that. So it's within the aspects as far as saying within these hit type appeals, paying attention to the products. So particularly, very similar within fashions to Panic at the Disco. Fall Out Boy is on here within traces like that. Now Fall Out Boy had a little bit more spastic typeness pitch like that. It's been a little bit since I reviewed Folle A Do from 2008, but it's pitched like that. That was coming. The hit 2008 album Folle A Do had not quite come out yet in terms of those fairs. That came out at the tail end of 2008. Pitch like that was the hit type variety as far as saying they had put out like the particular Take Me to Infinity. It wasn't called Take Me to Infinity. I think that's the Breathe Carolina song, but it was particularly Infinity on High from the spring or from the winter/spring of 2007. Pitch like that. So some hit type ordeals, some of these type assets. So some hit type ordeals, some type aspects and pitch. So paying attention to the variety amongst it within these particular products as far as like the aspect. The particular, there is some clubbing on here pitch like that, but it's very much amidst like a date type evening sense of pitch within the fair as far as paying attention to like the product of like the Good Nice Fair. Now it's kind of within like a kind of like not so much transcendent type mode, but just kind of a lot more silky type of mode within pitch like that. It's not to say as if it's full bound tuxedo type fair pitch like that, but kind of has variety just a little bit more. It's more of a mingle type album, more so than the fraternize in these pitches, and it's not within a group type aspect, so it's just kind of established as far as getting towards like the product of like collect for like the fair of the particular aspect in like a punk type sense. So it's kind of just the aspect the way Panic at the Disco would kind of relatively tap into some of these type ones when you think of Bill God, Then We'll Talk, some of these type pitches off of like a Fever You Can't Sweat Out and some of these type pitches, other type ones that were I also want to say songs like But It's Better If You Do, songs that pitches amongst the kind of hit type variety of just like those City Square type ones, and then pitches like some Date Step In and pitches like that. Kind of within the pitch of like varieties of like a good aspect like some Late Lunch and fairs like that within those aspects of places like McAllister's and some stuff places where it would be like some dining outside and pitch like that. Good nice varieties, some of these type aspects, get some wings and salsa in your system, pitch like that, miss like the fairs like other type activity, pitch like that, some of these type phrase, possibly like pool hall type noise than pitch, but this not as if it would have the full bound to be playing pool all night, but just the pitches sounds that variety amongst that particular fray. But good pitches amongst that. So this is the fair as far as saying paying attention towards it here. Kind of variety within Sunset Variety. So it's just kind of the aspect of getting like kind of a meld between Panic at the Disco and Fall Out Boy, but just without the theater type aspects. Not quite as like particular folk on here is just not as spastic. Very much a cousin. I would definitely say a cousin of Patrick Stump and Brendan Urie sense to folks, but just kind of pitch it just more than the tone of just more kind of station and kind of within the aspect of just a little bit more steely within these tones. This excellent type pitch, this good bang type variety pitch like that. So the aspects for saying that particular ferocity pitch like that was the fair. So if you're wanting like a song like, it's not to say it doesn't have within those aspects, but it's kind of pitch it has. This is more of a James Bond type album within the pitch, more so than like the particular aspect of thinking of like I don't know the name of the character from Mission Impossible by Tom Cruise, but that particular folk, the more I guess I could look that up. I'll look that up within these pitches as like the character Yeah, it's more James Bond than Ethan Hunt as far as this pitch can happen. Ethan Hunt's the name of the main character from Mission Impossible, pitch like that, but within those probably just more silk to the layering, pitch like that, which is not a problem whatsoever. Good, which is not a problem whatsoever. Good banging type varieties, pitches like that. Within the appeal, within the fair as far as saying this album was popular enough within these pitches, but in terms of like the varieties, like the chart appeal, it's kind of aspects as far as saying just within these particular type tones of just it did have at least a top 70 single and like the particular like pop 100 pitch like that, but not the actual Billboard 100. But it's kind of pitch for saying just a good further type product. If you fuck with Panic that Good further type product. If you fuck with Panic at the Disco, which you definitely should, this is a simple enough record to beeline for a pitch like this. Hit type appeals, but it's just kind of commonplace. It's kind of wayside within some degree of these type pitches, but it's popular enough within these aspects where it shouldn't take that much of a learning curve pitch like that. Just the same sort of staple, just kind of smooth fit of like Panic at the Disco fairs like that without the draw. It's a good nice pitch. But I look after it. So 3 singles here. Then these pitches, as far as these first can happen. So All Run is one of these hit type ones, like a good smoothie kind of embrace into later day kind of lounge activity. I'd say fairs like that, just kind of some sedate kind of mozzarella's pitches like that. Since they're probably just kind of porch dinners and pitches like that are more. By porch dinners, I mean more within a restaurant type area, just tables outside pitches like that. Since they're probably just kind of appreciating getting some good nice spring and summer kind of intake pitches like that. Probably throwing autumn in there on top of that. Since they're probably amongst like the fair, just like particular sightseeing or just appreciation like that particular weather type aspect and pitch like that. So just some good nice product, just definite very orangey pink skies, kind of salmon skies, sense of aspects amongst it. Just varieties amongst some of that type variety, varieties amongst some of that type fair pitch like that. But it's kind of there's a number of these songs on here that feel very flush within these aspects. As the pitch as far as saying this has a more sedate type conduct pitch like that. So it's the aspects as far as saying definitely dazzled pitches like that, sense it type feels. But this pitch as far as saying just the product of having like the product within these aspects, Bella being along within like these pitches, kind of variety as far as saying taking that particular product. Now within these phrases, as far as saying it consists within the product of like active, weekday kind of collecting like a romantic comedy type sense is pitched like that within sense type appeal. So it's kind of aspect, not within the frosty like the spices songs like Dance Dance by Fall Out Boy and pitches like that, and like Sugar We're Going Down sense of pitches more within the variety of more within the aspect of a little less 16 candles pitches like that sunset. A little less 16 candles pitches like that within these hit type appeals. So the aspects for saying this definitely company amidst these fairs within these pitches in terms of like a socialized kind of frat type fashion. So it's a pitch as far as saying just the collective, just like company and designated kind of timeout as far as these fairs can happen. It's good banging type aspects, good accent pitches like that as far as the fairs can happen. But this collective, some of these type ones kind of with like the music type sifting in there as well, pitches like that. Sunset Price, so good nice pitches. One of those nice second single good pitch like that. It's like a nice Panic at the Disco style kind of city square jostle. Get here, good pitch like that. Just a main pack, I definitely say just main pack real loud. So these type aspects just get stupid type fairs going within pitch like that. Since it type appeals, Meet the Fockers fairs like that. Since type ones, Meet the Fockers pitch like that. Mr. Deeds and stuff ones within these aspects for the first guy. It's kind of a treat type nice. It's kind of pitch as far as saying just getting towards some good type product pitches like that, picking up like some good nice trick dice fairs like that. Now not within trick dice of like playing games for money pitch like that, but just kind of fairs. So this like truth or dare game type format like dice like pitch like that sounds good type one, picking up like some finding like some cool custom pitch like that, just standard swag, just hot topic type swag and some of those type fairs pitch like that. But just kind of missed the fair, just city square type bots pitch like that, just good nice varieties. Means getting cranks and stuff pitched amongst it. Just within the fair, definitely similar to Bill God. Then we'll talk some stuff pitches, just some of those type ones in the aspect the way the fray kind of happens with like evening scene kind of date evening type embrace pitch like that, good type varieties pitch like that. Bounce is a hitting type one. It's the third single here. Now this is the like particularly the most popular song according to Spotify is One of Those Nights, which was the song I just talked about. But Bounce is the highest charting type one off here, so it's the pitch as far as saying some good nice varieties. So Bounce is like a quality kind of lounge bar night to get in Coldstead kind of schmooze as far as these fairs can have good nice fairs amongst it. It's definitely within the product of this. Getting on good, nice gab tangents as far as these pitches can happen, just to spell personal within these pitches as far as the products can happen, thrown in some of that type in there within pitch like that. It's the product of just like collect within a lounge type fashion, just coffee and mud house type places, pitch like that, sense type assets within a ton of like after products and pitch like that. Just kind of like dining type nest pitch like that, good for like some breadstick type fair and sense type pitches amongst it. So it's kind of variety like that particular kind of post up with like a good nice booth and a good nice booth and a quality show as far as these first gamma with an aspect of like relative type varieties pitch like that. Just kind of fair But definitely good, nice lounge type fare. Now within the pitch, as far as saying within the aspects, whether or not, and obviously within pitch, them playing tunes from these pitches that's 18, 19 years old, pitch like that. But as far as saying within since that probably as far as like the pitch kind of happens, just good, nice product of abode kind of lounge type noise pitch like this. It's hit type as far as those pitches kind of happen, just kind of within pitch of cooking like a good, nice plate of dinner pitch like that. Since it type feels within the aspects, as far as saying paying attention towards here within the pitch. As far as these varieties can have, so like I was saying within these aspects, recommend all 12 songs pitched like that. So 10 out of 10 albums as far as these varieties can have. So there's plenty of these type ones on here. One that's pretty similar to like hit type ones, like One of Those Nights, and One of Those Nights in certain type varieties, and All Run more specifically would be High Hopes and Velvet. It's like a good combo with All Run, good pitch like that. Like I was saying, it's like a lazy kind of Sunday, Monday kind of date. This particular tune is like a lazy kind of Sunday, Monday, day, evening pitch like that. Just some acoustic kind of sun gazing as far as these pairs can go. So then pitch as far as saying. So it's within those hit type appeals as far as those aspects can happen within the aspects as far as getting towards it. This kind of variety, just like particular, just same sort of fashion within like the city square type step out pitch like that. Since the variety as far as the aspects can happen, just amidst like this kind of porch type fare within the aspect, or just dinner table, this out, this good taste of some summer evenings pitch like that hit type appeals. That 70s song is hitting as well as like a city square kind of Panic at the Disco style kind of concrete frog to get towards your pitch like that. Just pool hall type varieties pitch like that. Just some thoughts definitely within these aspects. Get some beer in your system, fares like that. So kind of varieties as far as saying. So step one, so this particular one goes along with bounce pretty well in pitch like that. Just from the aspects as far as saying. So it's a standard set of activity pitches. Particular pairs like High Hopes and Velvet, and that 70s song within these pitches is a good, nice variety as far as these pitches can have within like the aspect of like city stepping pitches like that, sunset aspects and tone, just like fraternizing that definite concrete jungle kind of frog sunset pitches, just multiple kind of stops pitches like that, sunset aspects, billiards hall for a little bit, sunny step pairs, city square type stepping pitches like that, sunset varieties, just hit up like a smoke bar for a few moments, pitch like that, sunset varieties amongst them. But just good, nice pitch as far as the pairs can have, and just getting some beer in your system, pitch like that amongst sunset varieties. So this kind of aspect, this consistent kind of music, good excellent kind of evening scene type music pitch like that, sunset type appeals. I'd definitely say Take My Hand's a nice one as well within these pitches, like an excellent. Take My Hand's like an excellent kind of orangey stretcher to get in Gulag, I'd say within like a belated kind of break free, I'd say here, pitch like that. Just how today went, since the Ferris amongst this kind of product to getting like the entendre within that particular fair, just like how that particular the crapo or like the relative just shoveling that kind of happened with some of those type fairs pitch like that. Just pick up like an IC, some of these type fairs on top of that. So good, nice pitches within these aspects here. Just good, nice. Yeah, like a good quality raspberry type icy, so nice to pitch amongst the pairs like that. But it's kind of one of those type ones for just like a sun gaze type fashion, just to pitch it, just like sift along some pitches like that. Risky business is the hitting type ones, like a city later day kind of bop around and get just tea pickups and shopping, since that varieties amongst it, just tea pickups for gals, since that pitches good pairs like that. It's kind of aspects some of those type varieties. It's kind of one more within like the city type strut, it's kind of quality usual blah type surfing, so it's kind of pitch more in town within these aspects, more so than like neighborhood bound, but just kind of pitch it just like particular fairs that just or would be picking up like some pizza downtown or pitches like that, sunny state type appeals. It's the aspects as far as getting to a sunny type products amongst it. It's kind of the blase type factor, but this it's not blase in terms of the gripe of doing the errands and favors pitch like that, but it's kind of pitch it just like the usual, just the Tuesday kind of commute type dredge pitch like that, just stuck in traffic, or just the fares that just like the commute of the pedestrian pitches like that, as far as these first games. Excellent type pitches, paying attention towards it. I'm a wonder is the hitting type one as well within these banging type nests, like a rock solid kind of Maroon 5, this love type style, kind of dance club type foot tap pitches like that. Just some popcorn, get some of those good type pairs, just kind of miss the like more showy type nest. And the aspect of this kind of within a more jostling edge about this particular type song being spiced with gal as far as these first games. So being spiced with gal as far as these pitch games. So within the pitch as far as saying, so it goes along pretty well with bounce, I'd have to say here, pitches like that, I'd definitely say I'm a Wonder is a good, nice one. So there are some of these type ones on here in terms of like some dance type varieties, pitches like that. It's this kind of aspect in terms of like the spastic typeness when you think of I write sins, not tragedies, and like particular the only difference between martyrdom and suicide, some type ones by Panic at the Disco is kind of fair. Also thinking like a banging type one that was getting ready to come out by Fall Out Boy, like I Don't Care, some type one's kind of aspects for saying it just takes like that particular kind of punk type schmooze about it, but just kind of puts it in a more sedate type tone, so it's kind of pitch. Particular songs like I'm a Wonder and Bounce would probably be more with an aspect of like a 5.5 or a 6 out of 10 in terms of the ferocity about them, but they're definitely 10 in terms of quality pitch like that, but it's kind of fair. This is kind of Just more of foot taps and sharp barbs to kind of spit towards Dame's pitch like that within those hit type prices. Pitch for saying just less attention like the ferocity of the night pitch like that, more attention like the quality of like the pacing of it and fairs like that as far as these pitch I'm just being kind of being competition and barb like within those pitch for the fairs so definitely the pitch, definitely encourage pitches like that, but the hit type feels as far as saying so the hit song Z's within these pitches, 5 Z's in this song means Z's as in sleeping is good, nice feel. So Z's like a good Blink 182 and good Charlotte kind of punk romp to get, and orangey kind of errands here as far as these fairs going to happen. Netflix maybe sends affairs with dames in mind, sends their products amongst it, just a nice fair to toke on top of that. So just get towards some of the type aspects in the tone as far as just kind of heading for like a homebound type fit. It's kind of like a supply run type song within relative type pitches, but not within the aspect of like getting ready for a house party pitch like that. It's kind of aspect as far as just like picking up like some chocolate covered pretzels or some of those type shits within those pitches as far as those fairs going to happen. Just in the aspect as far as saying just extra type varieties of just pitches like that. Thin mint Oreos and particular scones or pitch like that, since they're varieties of just kind of movie type snacks and fairs like that. Definitely like caramel corn popcorn, since they're pitches with fairs like that. Netflix have fair incense and stuff price pitch like that, but just kind of fairs for saying just get some togage going within your system later on within these type pitches. But yeah, just fairs like that. Pleasant kind of romping like a throwback to since this kind of pitch like a song like All the Small Things by Blink 182 sounds like pitch, but once again it's not with like the frosty like the Raven typeness. Vegas Skies is nice on here is like the hit song Vegas Skies like a stellar kind of acoustic porch radio grab to get within these pitches. Just some weekday sifting I'd say here, just Fritos and Connect fairs like that since that fries amongst this Tibble type conduct like some kickback. The long version of the story as far as these fairs go, so just Diva in mind, she's like I've got a long story. If it's trying to be made a long story short kind of the pitch of getting like the long type version of a pitch like that, it's kind of more within that spill, some of those aspects. Standard fare just kind of product just getting grandiose kind of summer evenings pitch like that. Sounds hit type feels. This feels like traditional. Definitely feels like particular kind of MySpace and Vans Warp type dredge pitches like that. Sense it feels like music type fair in a more homestead type sense. Good pitches like that. Can you keep a secret? It's a hitting type one as well as like a bopping kind of commute and pleasant kind of Walmart and Galvant to get towards here pitch like that. Just some Parkside type fair extra pitches like that. It's kind of a club type tune on top of that. There's just a very lambent type one with these pitches. Some of that weekday type fare that you would kind of get. It's kind of within the variety like Lights by Ellie Goulding. Some of that particular just pleasant typeness. The aspect as far as saying kind of reminds of songs that there's particular songs I could think of within these pitches, but they're just not coming to me at this exact moment within some type fairs. When you think of hit type varieties that David Guetta would kind of have in like the early 2010s pitch like that. It's a little bit before those particular type tunes, but it's the pitch as far as saying just one of those type ones that real piano laden type one within these pitches, accent banging typeness get towards it, but this the aspect just like a vanilla kind of club type song within pitch, or just like real quality kind of mid-tempo type jig and pitch like this. So some of those type fairs, percolate type song definitely within those pitches. Definitely some Parkside type fair, just spark up a sweet some type fairs amongst a good pitch like that. Good vanilla club type song pitches, some type fairs, but also just Walmart type runs pitch like that. Some hit type appeals, just standard kind of Tuesday, Monday type traffic. The City is Contagious is a nice one with these aspects as well as like a dredgy kind of later shift kind of romp and release as far as these pairs can happen. Pretty similar like within particulars to like Z's as far as those pairs can happen, but just kind of within pitch, it's more of like that break free to kind of get. Just a good nice one to listen to within product of it being 3 o'clock, 4:30 p.m. pitch like that. Just some punk gulag kind of get here. Just POVs kind of have with things pitches with Dame in mind, so it's the best as far as these tones can happen. Just kind of the product of what's your 2 cents, some of these type pitches just to get some. What's your 2 cents on these type pitches? Just get like some park spliffs going on top of that. So it's kind of fair now within the legality of it, pitch like that, within the aspect, not to have like the aspect of like the issue, any sort of degree of issue pitch like that, but just the hit type appeal as far as paying attention, like the aspect of just burning some of those type up pitches like that, some of these hit type appeals. Getting towards those type products, there's some tropic swishers and pitches like that, saying hit type appeals. So excellent aspects for those conducts and having just Diva in mind, saying that folks having some pals along for the ride as well, pitches, saying that first, but it's kind of aspects for us saying within the aspects for us saying within the product of like homies along for the ride pitches like that. It's not within the full bun type aspect. It's kind of pitch as far as saying your folks are kind of giving you the dolos for a bit as far as this pitch going to happen, but it's the pitch as far as paying attention to the product just with Divas in mind, since the pitch the aspects as far as just the active product of just like seeing the town in the evening scene for spells. Some of these type pitches, good banging type products within these aspects. There's several spells as far as the aspects can go. So good excellent varieties for those first games. So good nice pitches amongst that. Definitely being lean and pitches like that since type varieties. But excellent within these pitch 10 out of 10 ounces. The social score would get a 10 as well within these aspects as far as saying just the product of just like a very calm Very sedate and pleasant type, embrace like the particular aspects of getting past like the project like prime time and pitches like that. Since that fares pretty much anything past 2:45 p.m. I'd say within those pitches just some good aspects as far as these supposed to have a little bit of traffic gulag in there, some parkside type songs, a good several kind of city square type frolics pitches like that, similar to Panic at the Disco and some stuff pitches, just some day evening type fare to get some McAllister, some wings, some teas in particular, fares like that in your system, some stuff probably some breadsticks, good excellent products for those pitches gonna happen. It's kind of the spill within that product, just some steadfast kind of cold. Some steadfast kind of cold bars pitches like that, just paying attention like the pace of like vibe check kind of being there within these pitches as far as the fair kind of has. So just the pitch as far as just the active products, just some of that type sharpness pitches like that, but just as far as saying a little bit of Netflix type fare in there with a little bit of lounge type fare within products like that, homestead typeness, things that pitches melding into Netflix type nice with like some Blink 182 style type romps and pitch like that. So hit type feels within these products, this active kind of fray within the aspect like the after hours product now doesn't get quite to 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning since that pitches, and the frosty like a dance bang like I Don't Care or particular dance since that one's by Fall Out Boy, or even like Thanks for the Memories, songs that once in those pitches, not within that full band aspect, but there are some foot taps on here with songs that pitch. Definitely songs like Bounce, One of Those Nights, I'm a Wonder, songs that ones within certain aspects. I'd probably also say like Can You Keep a Secret has some of that type fraternized for like some active kind of step up. It's just kind of pitch that it just is more just more syrupy and smoke gaze as far as these pairs go. But excellent type pitches, paying attention towards here. So 10 out of 10 album, 10 out of 10 social. In terms of future within these pitches, the fair about it is basically the cab has not dropped something since like the early 2010s pitches like that, but the vicious type phrase, they supposedly have a 2026 album that's on the way, so good nice pitches like that, some excellent type phrase getting towards it. They do have a series of EPs as well within Sinister Products. They dropped a relative EP. They dropped an EP in 2025, so some good nice pitches getting towards Sinister Products here. So excellent within Ferris Pro saying classic type album pitches like that. It's gonna be it. It's going to be wicked to see what else is in the fray pitches like that, and this is a pretty good, nice bang, kind of classic punk melded type staple pitches like that.